sins against you, tell them. Like an open rebuke. The Father always openly rebuke people. If you don't, an openly, an open rebuke would be something like telling them that they're in error, addressing them in error. Now, if someone has a rebellious spirit on them, they're going to reject the message, of course. But then that's someone who, like they say, if two can agree, they can walk together. But if someone's gossiping and you're addressing the gossiping or that brings chaos into any, it could be gossiping, it could be slandering, it could be just being hateful with their tongue. Their native tongue is of their father, the devil. It's crafty in its nature. They craft their own demise. They bring conflict in their own lives and the lives of others. They carry their demeanor, their rapport with them. The Lord would openly rebuke that. It's like I said, people think that, oh, you're just supposed to agree or overlook or not say. No, how would you correct somebody in error if you didn't question the reality that you're being subjected to? This is incorrect. Like I say, especially when it's just stuff that doesn't pertain or entertain, just there's a lot of things. And then if you try to address these bad behaviors, subject changers, or denying of saying it, or denying of doing it, or bring up something you've done, the issue never at hand gets addressed. That's kind of like traits of a devil, narcissism, where there's no accountability being progressed into the environment. Where these are the people you have to cut off. The Lord, he said bad company corrupts good morale. He didn't say sit in the midst of toxic people. He said not to even sit amongst ungodly people. Do not even eat with such people. Because he knew the valuable would be presented and it would be damaging to your persona. The Lord would never require you to sit amongst. He says we have to live amongst the heathen. He didn't say to sit with them. I mean, Jesus sat with sinners, he didn't pray for them, but he went there with a message. He went there for a definitive motive to deliver a message and to set them free. It wasn't to be accepted or rejected. It was a plan. It was a strategy. The message was the message. There was no detouring from that message. And then he would leave that situation. He was sound in his foundation. He didn't falter. He didn't sway away. He didn't fall away from what he was coming there to deliver. And that was the whole point. And if people reject, like I said, they don't have to accept your message. It says many will be offended. But the message is the truth. It doesn't matter if they accept it or reject it. If they're rejecting a message of Christ, they're rejecting their eternal home. But the message doesn't change just because you fail to believe in it or you don't want to live by it. Because there's a lot of people that tell me, well, a lot of people don't want to live for that. A lot of people want to do that. That's okay, I understand that. But I'm living for that. And I shouldn't be subjected to bad behavior, profanity, perverse conversation, gossiping, tilting, backbiting. I shouldn't have to live in a constant chaos around people who don't know how to order their lives. That's the way I feel about it. That's not being hateful. That's right. I can have righteous indignation. The Lord was angry with the wicked every day. Why wouldn't I be? Anybody with a sound mind is not going to be yoked or bonded with people who disrupt peace. And then you wonder, like, I've asked people, do you have children? Do you have hope for this better world? I mean, be a part of the solution, not the problem. And then if someone tells you, like, you want to speak to them about something, they tell you, but I'm only speaking about this. No, you don't get to decide how I feel or what I say. We can commune, but you don't get to determine or control my feelings, thoughts, and behaviors if they're not subjecting you to rebelliousness or hate. You don't get to say that when someone's addressing the problem that you created. You don't get to say that.